travel to Derby again, this time in the PL2, before a match at home to Everton in the new year. Here's Poveda, and it's really well won back there from Shawkey. And Watts finds a Manchester City player, Harwood Bellis forward. And Burnaby straight to Ramsey. Ramsey back towards Lewis, and then Ramsey again for Saints. Here's Watts. This could be an opportunity though. And first real opportunity for Saints there into the 6-yard box. If they could have just found a red shirt, they couldn't. It was Hanson in. But as a result, Southampton win their first corner of the evening. Good run there from Cornelius Hansen. And caused a few problems there. So Saints for the first corner. Let's see if they can put a decent ball into the box here. Usual suspects up there, including Clara and O'Driscoll. There's Ramsey out there as well, outside the 6-yard box. It's the near posts. And it comes back to Legby. Excellent strike. Hit it with power, but dealt with it well there, Bazunu in goal. If it was just an inch or two to the left, it really could have caused some problems. Hit with pace. Manchester City survived, but first time the keeper's really been tested. Forward to McDonald. McDonald again. Warren McDonald playing as one of the back three tonight. He can also play in midfield, but certainly a dominating presence at the back there. Through ball from Burnaby towards Braff. And Ramsey out towards the right-hand side. And wins a goal kick for Southampton. Well, a lot of their threats coming from that left-hand side. Here's a corner again. Really set up nicely for him, but in the end, Kazima Legby just straight at the keeper, the Belgian, but certainly hit with pace. Took a slight fortunate bounce in front of the goalkeeper. It didn't cause him too many problems. And now it's back towards McDonald. Here's Harwood Bellis. Dionku. McDonald back to Bazunu. Well, certainly late there. Kane Ramsey, no yellow card, don't think, just a warning here from the referee by the looks of things. Referee Matthew Russell does a mix of PL2 matches and National League games. In fact, 9 National League matches he's taken charge of this season, produced 1 red card. As we were saying earlier, produced a red card involving Saints against Brighton early on in the campaign. Here's McDonald. Good run from Poveda, and Saints win it back. Ramsey back to Lewis. Forward from O'Driscoll. Dionku. Bashiru. Doyle. Dionku back to Doyle. And then McDonald across again to the left-hand side. Here's Harwood-Bellis. Dealt with well from O'Driscoll. Aaron O'Driscoll, who's 20 years of age now, certainly a presence at the back himself. Here's Knight and Braff. Bashiru. Baveda. Dionku. And McDonald, move breaks down, Saints win the throw. So Saints looking to get on the board again. They've lost their last 4 matches in the PL2 against Blackburn, Leicester, Brighton and Arsenal, but a few of those have been a case of fine margins, so hopefully getting back to winning ways tonight. Back to Lewis. Good turn. Here's Burnaby. And out to the left-hand side again. Forward from Slattery. Flicked on from Chalke. And then back to Bazunu in the Manchester City goal. So already halfway through the first half. It's certainly been chances. The majority for Manchester City. Hasn't been too many clear-cut ones, but Saints have had that one chance, a great strike on the edge of the box at pace, but in the end took a bounce straight at the keeper from that shot from Alegby. Here's Bra. For a lot of Manchester City's opportunities have come from him down the left-hand side so far. Knight. Doyle. Excellent run from Baveda. He's also causing problems. And here's Knight. Oh, it wasn't too far away in the end, and it took a deflection, and it's a corner kick. One of those shots where at first you think it's sailing miles wide, and then takes a deflection, and all of a sudden it wasn't too far off. Came off the foot of Clara in the end. So a third Manchester City corner of the evening, the first one over on that far side. And Braff and Knight are 2 of those players inside the 6-yard box. Dionku's the other. Burnaby's the other. Here is Braff again. Move broke down. Braff picks it up once more. Wilson. Burnaby. Dionku. Harwood-Bellis. Doyle. Beautiful ball. Braff again. Knight wants it in the box. Staying still with it. It was cleared there from Hansen. McDonald. Baveda. Here's Alfred Dionku. All action right back, who actually signed from Real Mallorca when he joined Manchester City. Spanish under-17 international as well, but from one side of the pitch to the other, this time with Southampton, and this time it comes off Hansen. And Manchester City continue to keep the ball in Saints' half. Back to Bazunu. Out to to the left from Harwood Bellis. Here he is again. McDonald. Dionku. Bashiru. Back to McDonald again. Rowan McDonald. Rowan McDonald is a big part of their under-18s, actually, who went on to win the FA Youth Cup, beating Middlesbrough in the Premier Cup. And it goes back towards Bazunu again. Late tackle from Watts, but the referee plays advantage. Here's Dionku. Good tackle. Here comes Ledwidge. Here's McDonald, plays it to Harwood Bellis. And O'Driscoll forward for Saints again. Christoph Clara. O'Driscoll. Clara. Ledwidge. Could be in here. Christian Norton falls over and wins the penalty. Great play from him. Good perseverance. Nice forward movement from Southampton. And as a result, the referee had to make that decision. Push there from McDonald. And Southampton have a big chance here. And it's going to be Callum Slattery to take the spot kick. So it was McDonald who pushed him in the penalty area, and now it is Callum Slattery. Let's see what he can do. One of the most experienced players on the pitch now for Southampton this season, him and O'Driscoll. And now he has a responsibility of trying to make it 1-0 to Southampton. It's Slattery. And he does make it 1-0 to Southampton. Make no mistake about that one. It's Callum Slattery. And past the halfway mark in the first half. And that will ease the nerves somewhat. Saints 1, Manchester City 0. Well, as cool as you like that was. Goalkeeper Bazunu, as you saw there, going the other way. And Callum Slattery there. After that ball over the top, it was good football playing it around the back originally for Southampton, and then ball over the top caused problems. Christian Norton's pace. In the end, McDonald pushed him in the penalty area. The referee had no choice but to point to the spot. And Callum Slattery makes it 1-0. Well, Saints will certainly need that one. If they win tonight, they will move above Manchester City in the table, who would go to the bottom of the pile. Manchester City have played some excellent stuff on the ball so far, but yet to find the back of the net. Saints have from that spot kick. Here is Manchester City coming forward again. Here's McDonald. Dionku. Lovely football, Poveda. Bashiru. Good tackle again there from the goal scorer, Slattery. Doing his bit for the team. That is a push from Bashiru. Well, it's free entry tonight, free admission here into Totton, so it's made for a decent crowd, a decent atmosphere here from this main stand. And the home contingent certainly enjoyed that one. Free admission against Cherries as well in midweek. And Saints looking to get back to winning ways after losing their last 3 matches in all competitions. Lost in the PL2 against Arsenal. Then the PL International Cup against Monaco. And then Bournemouth in midweek. Here's Hansen. Oh, he could go all the way here. He doesn't. Oh, but what a strike! Well, he took that one really well. It left Bazunu with absolutely no chance. And Southampton are looking really comfortable now. And Christian Norton, who won the penalty in the first place, makes no mistake with his left foot. It's 2-0 to Saints, and what a fantastic few minutes that was. What a finish that was. Great run in the first place. Credit must go there to Hansen, who made that tremendous run. And then Christian Norton, what a left-footed shot that was. And since that goal, Saints really enjoying themselves now, extending the lead. Here is Dionku. McDonald. Here's Poveda. Here he is again looking to get a goal back straight away for Manchester City. He might do, you know, he doesn't. Lewis with the save. And here's Watts. Well, hit with so much pace there, that strike there from Christian Norton. Is a striker by trade, but can also play midfield, Christian Norton, but certainly playing as that number 9 role tonight. That is a proper striker's finish. To be fair, Manchester City were looking really good on the ball up to that early Saints goal. But they look shaky there at the back. And Southampton making it 2. Here's Dionku. Back to Rowan McDonald. Harwood Bellis. Well left. Here's Brath. Takes a deflection. And rolls out for a corner. Fourth corner of the game for Manchester City. Out to Harwood Bellis. Bashiru. Doyle. And Poveda tries to put the ball in. Saints win the tackle. It's another corner for Manchester City. So a big 10 minutes to come here before half time for Saints. Well, one back. Forward from a leg beat. Here's Hansen again, causing all sorts of problems now all of a sudden. Back again to a leg beat. And Slattery to O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll slips, does well though in the end, and then it goes back towards Christoph Klärer. And the Austrian brings the ball forward. Here's the goal scorer of the second goal. He's going to let it go out of play that time. That's Christian Norton. So throw to be taken then from Ledridge. And Klärer again back to O'Driscoll. To Ramsey. Oh, there's a mistake here. Legby could take advantage. Well, Norton doesn't that time. Well, a few errors there. Now down the left-hand side is Braff. So Ramsey made the tackle. Slattery back onto his feet. So we're into the final 8 minutes now of normal time here in the first half, and Saints lead by 2-0. First chance for a while when that was push inside the box there on Christian Norton. And Slattery stepped up, made it 1-0. And then a lovely run there from Cornelius Hansen, played it across. Christian Norton with a left-footed finish just a few minutes later, and that's how things stand. And since then, Saints have been dealing with things okay. Just a couple of corners for Manchester City. And every time Saints run at that Manchester City defence, Manchester City look in trouble. Here's Doyle. And now back towards Burnaby. Doyle. Klärer. Back to Lewis. It's risky. Here's Ramsey. Well, Ramsey did well there. Got Southampton out of trouble. Wins the free kick. Kane Ramsey has become a real regular since Jan Valery made the step up to the senior side last season. And then a month later, stepped up himself for a couple of games, but certainly doing the world of good having this run of games in the under-23s for the last 12 months now. Joined the club from Chelsea, Kane Ramsey, back in 2017. Norton plays it back. And McDonald. Dionku. And they win another corner. This time off Cameron Ledridge again. So it's going to be Tommy Doyle to take the corner, the grandson of an ex-Manchester City legend, Mike Doyle, playing in that midfield today, takes the corner. That time it's a harmless ball into the box. Forward again from Preveda. Another corner, which Doyle will take again. Taken very quickly that time. And the header. Well, feels like he should have hit the target there, really. It was an opportunity. But Harwood Bellis heads it over the crossbar. And Southampton survive. And 2-0 they still lead. Lewis. Headed on from Ramsey. Bashiru. Dionku. Harwood Bellis. Here's Braff. Off Ramsey, takes a deflection. Less than 5 minutes to go then of normal time here in the first half. So far so good for Southampton, who lead by 2-0. Well, Manchester City's last match was a 3-0 win at Blackburn Rovers. That was on the 22nd of November. Bashiru with the opener. Braff scored twice. That was up at the Lancashire FA headquarters there against Blackburn. It was a good win for them, but it was only their second league win of the season. Here's Doyle. Burnaby. Here's Poveda. It's going to be a throw for Southampton. Ledwidge to take. So a couple of wins for Southampton. They might be 12th for the moment, but you think back-to-back wins would probably move them up 3 or 4 places. It's pretty tight at the bottom at the moment. Both teams halfway into their season, would you believe, going into this match tonight. 12 sides in the league. Play each other twice. 11 games played from both sides each. And Southampton, this is one of 5 competitions they're in so far this season. Back to league action tonight though here. Under-23s football. Southampton against Manchester City under-23s on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Here at AFC Totton. Here's McDonald. Poveda. Can't keep it in play. It's a throw for Southampton. Here's Poveda. Slattery wins the first tackle. Ledwidge. McDonald heads on. Here's Burnaby. This is better for Manchester City. And it's Wilson. And despite Lewis's best efforts to stop that from going out for a corner, he can't. It's another corner. Heading into the final minute now of normal time. We're into it. Fourth official will put up his board imminently. Looks like he's got the number 2 on his board down there. And it's a poor corner from Doyle, and Southampton win another goal kick. Lewis past the halfway line, headed on again from Dionku. Norton gets there the second time. Good physical battle there between those two, and Norton comes off the better, wins the free kick. And they could be heading for their final 1 or 2 chances here. Saints keeping it for the moment in Manchester City's half. The board goes up. We're into that 2 minutes.
There will be a minimum of 2 additional minutes.
Forward again from Dionku. Headed on from Callum Slattery. It's another throw to Man City. Here's McDonald. Bazunu. Back to Bazunu. Back from McDonald. Here's Dionku. Bashiru forward. Might be a last chance of the half for Manchester City this time. Here's Burnaby. And he wins the free kick. It will be a last chance of Manchester City at the half. Right on the edge of the penalty area. It was a good run from Dionku. And it was a tackle in the end from Watts with the late challenge. Manchester City certainly have players who can take them here. Braff, Burnaby, Doyle, all options for them. Might even be Wilson here with a left footer. So, Saints will be relieved if they can just see this out to half-time. Manchester City might have other ideas here. And it is harmlessly wide. And that probably will be the last action of the half, as Doyle puts it wide. And once again, no trouble for Southampton. And that's the end of the first half action. Things going well for Southampton. Manchester City certainly were playing some okay football up to Southampton's goal. But Saints really looked like they were enjoying themselves since going 1-0 up from Callum Slattery's penalty. It's Saints looking for their first league win since Wolves a couple of months ago. At the moment, they're going the right way about it. And this was how the first goal happened, around just over halfway through the first half. This was a push from McDonald, this time on Christian Norton, who's been causing problems in the Manchester City defence. And it was a real nice cool penalty there from Callum Slattery, who easily sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, and that put Saints away. And just a few minutes later, a terrific run from Cornelius Hansen. And then there was Christian Norton. How about that for a left-footed strike? Manchester City will feel maybe run through those two defenders a little bit too easily, but Saints won't mind one bit. At half-time here, it's 2-0, and Saints going very, very well indeed here in this under-23s clash. We'll be back here from AFC Totton in the second half on Facebook and YouTube, and so far so good for Southampton. Half-time in the final home match for Saints before Christmas. Southampton 2, Manchester City 0. Welcome back to AFC Totton Snow Stadium, where we're just getting the second half underway. Manchester City away at Southampton here. And so far, so good for Saints. 2 goals in the space of a few minutes at the halfway point of the first half. The first is the penalty, well taken from Callum Slattery. And the second goal, a great strike with the left foot into the top corner from Norton. So that's how things stand. Manchester City have been playing some decent stuff without really testing Lewis too much in that Southampton goal. And that first goal for Southampton really settled the nerves. And it looks like both sides, in fact, they are definitely unchanged in the second half. We'll go through those sides in a second. Here is Manchester City on the ball with Braff. Back towards the midfield of Doyle. And now, here comes Southampton again with Caleb Watts. Looking to get a third goal that really would kill the game, you would think, and mean that Southampton could be heading for 3 points, and it goes across to O'Driscoll. So it's an important first 5-10 minutes then of the second half here for Southampton, who are in possession now with O'Driscoll against his former club. He was a Manchester City player for the academy a few years ago before leaving and joining Southampton after joining Manchester City from Cherry Orchard. And now it is a throw for Southampton on this near right-hand side. So Saints unchanged in the second half. Lewis in goal, a back four of Ramsey, O'Driscoll, Clara and Ledridge. A midfield three of Slattery, Watts and Chalkate, with Hansen and Alegby playing just off Norton. Callum Watts is on the substitutes bench for Saints with Brennan, Turner, Bycroft and Kieran Freeman. Manchester City have Bazunu in goal. A back three of Harwood Bellis, McDonald and Wilson, with Dionku playing out wide with Braff, Doyle, Bashiru and Benate in the middle, with Boveda playing off Knight. Their substitutes: Amankwa, Scott, Florini, Rogers and Simmons. And it's played back already from Caleb Watts, and Lewis out towards the left-hand side to Christoph Clara. Here then it's under-23s football, PL2, Division 1, and it is Saints in possession. Here on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Back towards the goalkeeper Lewis again, and here's O'Driscoll. Here's Lewis. Back from Wilson. So Saints' defeat was disappointing then in the Premier League Cup on Tuesday against Bournemouth, but they picked up 4 points from the 2 matches before that. Drew to Stoke, beat Nottingham Forest, still got 3 group games to go in the PL Cup, so hopefully Saints can have a successful season in that as well this year. Also been in the Premier International Cup, the Checkatrade Trophy, the Hampshire Senior Cup, under-18s and FA Youth Cup action as well, but here it is league action here at Totton. And now it's Doyle for Manchester City. Well, it's a good run, but it's won back well there from Clara. Wilson. Braff, back to Harwood Bellis. Excellent ball. Here's Boveda, headed away, and a good header at that from Clara. Doyle. Out from Bashiru. Boveda causing problems already in the second half, and he wins another corner for Manchester City. Well, his pace and trickery got himself into the right areas in the first half, and he's already caused 2 or 3 problems in the first few minutes of the second half, and he wins the first corner of the half for the away team. McDonald and Braff are 2 of the players in the penalty area for Manchester City. It's in from Doyle. It's a poor corner. It's away from Cornelius Hansen. Forward from Wilson. And good play there from Chalkay. Just 16 years of age. Saints number 10 tonight. Also played the last couple of matches, and he does well to win that free kick. Signed a 2-year scholarship in July. Gungelo Chalkay. Those 2 appearances he made in the EFL Trophy against Forest Green and Coventry will have done him the world of good. Back into Bazunu's arms for Manchester City. Here's Doyle. Harwood Bellis. Wilson. And back from Harwood Bellis again. Forward towards Dionku. Here is Bashiru. Here's Dionku again. There's 5 coming forward here for Manchester City. Well dealt with from O'Driscoll. Under pressure from Knight. Back to the halfway line. Well, I was saying earlier about that win against Blackburn for Manchester City. They did go 6 games without a win before that. Lost to Leicester, Brighton, Derby and Wolves. They trail by 2-0 here. And they're forced back to the goalkeeper. Here comes McDonald again. So plenty of the ball, McDonald. And here's Caleb Watts. And he wins the free kick. Well, he tries to go for a real ambitious strike there, to say the least. Well, that would have been quite spectacular. In the end, it was the opposite there in the end for Callum Slattery. Going for the David Beckham. As he saw the goalkeeper off his line there, Slattery, but that would have been quite something. Here is Wilson. Wilson again. Here's Braff. Corner kick again. Saints defending well. Let's have a look at that one again. It was Wilson who played it forward. Hansen picked up a bit of an injury there as well in the process. He's back onto his feet now. Corner taken, punched away from Lewis. Out towards Burnaby. And he lets it go out of play that time. Here's Wilson. Braff. Played forward from Dionku. And really well won back there from Ledridge on the left-hand side, and wins the throw for Southampton. So Cameron Ledridge, who's been given that opportunity recently since Jake Vokin started training with the first team. Looking solid there at left back tonight. Been looking really comfortable in that position anyway over the last few matches. Ledridge to take the throw again. Infield to Burnaby. Foul there from Slattery. So interesting, the Manchester City under-23s coach has hailed the spirit of the team after their win against Scunthorpe in the EFL Trophy. He said that they've played for a long time together, worked hard on that team spirit and creating a bit of a culture around the place, but very different to Southampton, who've had a new group of players. Again, a decent team spirit, but Manchester City go in field. But us, Manchester City have had players who've been there together for quite some time. Quite a few younger players have made the step up, which is good to see this season for Saints. And picked up that time from Kane Ramsey. Oh, could cause some problems here. Norton falls over. Well, this is an excellent run. This could be real problems here. Another excellent tackle over on the left of the 6-yard box, this time from Clara. It's a corner kick this time, which is going to be taken from Burnaby. In with the right foot, headed away from Ramsey. Here's Pervader. Well blocked from Watts. Wilson to take the throw. Here's Slattery. Back to Doyle. Here's Harwood Bellis. McDonald to the right. Good tackle from Chalkay. Goes out of play for a throw. Here's Burnaby. And Doyle. Wilson. Taylor Harwood Bellis. Burnaby. Looks for options. Saints dealing with everything that's coming into the box at the moment. Clara away. Back to Harwood Bellis. Manchester City are about to make a substitution here. Simmons is about to come on. Here's Brath. Back to Wilson. Doyle. Harwood Bellis. And it's a good turn. Oh, and it's a good strike. What a strike that was. Well, Wilson thought he might have crossed the line. Wasn't the case. That's what Wilson was claiming. Saints relieved that it didn't. Here's Brath. And this time the shot not quite so good and it goes out for a goal kick, but what an initial shot that was. Fortunately for Southampton, it didn't creep into the back of the net, and on for Knights is coming Simmons, and Kendra Simmons, who also came off the bench in their last game, coming on here. Well, he can lead the line, or we can play as one of the front three. Looks like he's going to lead the line here, though, instead. with Burnaby playing just behind him. Now then, here's Ramsey. Good breakaway here. Can they finish the job? Watts, this time it's blocked. It's off the back of Harwood Bellis, and Saints with another throw. Well, incredible strike there. Certainly had Lewis beaten. Had that, found the back of the net. Didn't go in off the bar though, fortunately for Southampton. And another throw to be taken, this time from Kane Ramsey again. Into the right of the penalty area is Norton. Comes back to Chalkay, and the left-footed shot that time is harmlessly over the crossbar from Ledwich. Certainly worth a go. And here at Snow Stadium, it is a quarter of an hour gone now in the second half, and Manchester City nearly got themselves right back into it a couple of minutes ago. They might try and do so again. Saints need to stay focused. Half an hour to go. Here's Bashiru. Good play, excellent play from Watts, who's played well tonight, and it's a fantastic run. Just eases the pressure there for Southampton. And it's back towards Chalkay, and Chalkay back towards O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll again to Clara. Out from Slattery. Here's Clara again. Chalkay too far for him. And Manchester City now looking to build on that hit off the crossbar, and then it's out towards the left-hand side, this time from Braff, and Saints with the throw. Manchester City's first win of the season was at Liverpool. They went to Liverpool and won by 4-1 on August the 31st. So they've certainly got them in them to pull off terrific results like that. But Saints lead by 2-0 still, both goals in the first half. And the second goal for Saints was excellent. The first goal, a really cool penalty from Slattery. Here is Slattery again. Doyle. Clara back to Lewis. O'Driscoll. Clara. Good one from Braff. Slattery, that was good play, that was from Chalkay. Slattery forward, Hansen to the right, here's Ramsey. Slattery. Intelligent pass, really found him well. Pinpoint ball across to Ledwich. Clara. Alegbe does win the free kick for Southampton. In a pretty decent position. Alegbe causing problems, made his first under-23s appearance only 2 months ago against Aston Villa, and now he has won a free kick here. Could be Ledwidge to take this with the left foot. Slattery might fancy this one himself. Well, this really would seal it, you would think, if Saints could find the back of the net here. And it's not going to do it that time. Slattery over the crossbar. And that lead stays at 2-0 with both goals in the first half. Forward from Harwood Bellis, only as far as Ramsey. Ramsey to Hansen. Hansen to Slattery. Slattery too far for Caleb Watts. McDonald to the right. Here's Bashiru. Harwood Bellis. Wilson. Picked up from Hansen. Callum Slattery. Been a real box-to-box midfielder tonight. Norton. Watts could get there. He won't, too far for him. Well played from Bazunu. Doyle. Here's Provider again. Excellent tackle from Clara. Could put Watts away. Again, a bit of a heavy ball. Well, Southampton senior side in action on Sunday. Long trip to Newcastle United. See if Saints can make it 3 wins in a row. On Sunday afternoon, that's a 2 o'clock kickoff. Saints now out of the drop zone. So Saints can stay out of there between now and the end of the campaign. Now here's Slattery again. Through ball, heavy touch. And it was Christian Norton back to the goalkeeper again. Here's Bazunu once more. Dionku. Here is Fasheo Bashiru. And Bashiru too far. His brother Tom actually signed a 6-year deal at Watford recently, the Hamburg-born midfielder for Manchester City. Lewis to the left-hand side. Here's Chalke. Clara to Ramsey. Ramsey off Braff. Last 22 minutes then of normal time to come. Saints still with that 2-0 lead. Ramsey to Slattery. Slattery to O'Driscoll. Ramsey. Ledwich. Manchester City are about to make their second substitution. Florini is imminent for them. McDonald heads on. And here's Doyle. Harwood Bellis. Wilson. Harwood Bellis. McDonald. Back to Harwood Bellis. So Burnaby coming off soon for Manchester City. Here's Pavida. Forward again from Bashiru. Doyle. Harwood Bellis to Wilson. Well, good play from Southampton, to be fair. They're just stopping Manchester City from finding that final through ball. It was patient build-up for Manchester City. They couldn't find a way through. They might find a way through there if they find the ball left of the 6-yard box. They don't. It is Kane Ramsey who just slips and gives away a corner kick, despite his efforts. So, Burnaby coming off, the Spanish midfielder. Again, Burnaby always looks like he had potential there in that attacking midfield role. He was once part of the Barca Academy, so he's obviously got potential. And it's a half opportunity again for Manchester City. Again, probably should have hit the target. So McDonald heads over and Saints survive, and Saints now have less than 20 minutes to see out this game. Slattery to the left. Ledwidge. Clara. O'Driscoll to Ramsey. Well, we were talking about the Southampton senior team earlier. Here is the coaches, the under-23s. David Horseman currently in charge on an interim basis after Roddy Jahidi joined USL Championship team Hartford as part of a 12-month secondment. And now this is an opportunity for the substitutes. Both linking up here. Here's Simmons across, and it wasn't far away at all from Florini. Fortunately for Saints, they survived there. Otherwise, it would have been a nervy last 16 minutes. Could still be, but that was very, very close. That was the closest Manchester City have come in the second half, that's for sure. As well as hitting the crossbar, that is. Two substitutes linking up well there, Simmons and Florini, and it was an inch away. So they've hit the bar and they've come an inch to the right of the far post. It is fine margin so far, but Saints currently keeping a clean sheet. Played back from Chalke. Here is O'Driscoll. Ramsey. Slattery to Watts. Watts forward, and despite his best efforts, Christian Norton, it was good goalkeeping from Bazunu. Doyle. Wilson. Braff. Given away from Boveda. Ramsey to Clara. McDonald. Here's Dionku. Bashiru. Doyle. Out to Wilson. Ledwidge away for Southampton. Here's Doyle, and here's Harwood Bellis. Doyle. Dionku. Dionku again. Doyle. Wilson. Doyle. Too far for Florini, and this time it's a goal kick. Manchester City's senior team, they host Manchester United tomorrow at 5:30. What a match that promises to be. Goal kick here though, under 23s football, Facebook and YouTube, Saints FC official channels and pages. And 2 goals in the first half separating the two, but that's a real opportunity there for Manchester City. Edge of the penalty area. Terrific left-footed strike from Knight off the crossbar. So close. And here's their other really good chance of the half. It was 2 substitutes linking up there. It was Simmons across, and it was Florini just wide. But now it's well chested down from Wilson. But Saints holding firm. You say Saints haven't really created that much at all, really, if anything, in the second half, but they've done their job well. Looking professional so far. Here's Hansen. And it's back to Ramsey, and he finds Slattery. Dionku. Doyle. Wilson. Braff to Wilson. Wilson to McDonald. Harwood Bettis. Wilson infield. Well, one back from Slattery. Push from Florini. Well, Saints will hope to see the job out here and hope that it's a turning point in their season after winning promotion from the second division last season in the playoffs, beating Newcastle and Aston Villa. Looking for their 3rd league win tonight, which would move them off the bottom of the table and would see them leapfrog Manchester City. Still time to go here though. Last 12 minutes of normal time. Wilson. Match number 12 of 22 tonight for both teams. Saying about Saints at bottom, just 2 points behind Wolves, who are 2 places higher, and 3 points less than Blackburn in 9th. They'd go level on points with Blackburn if they won tonight. But Manchester City will try and have something to say about that here. Here's Braff. We're still going. Saints deal with it well here. And then Watts to the right-hand side. And it was excellent play. It was Slattery who won the tackle, looking to get Saints on the ball, and that's exactly what they've got in space here with Clara. And Turner is about to come on for Southampton. What's the left-hand side? Here's Ledwidge. Oh, it's a good run here. Here's Norton. He's got Hansen to his right. It comes back to Hansen. Can he provide the finish? It's a misplaced volley there from Alegbe. He's still got it though. Back to Watts. Ledwidge to Chalke and Watts to the right. Here's Slattery again. Good run. Here's the winger Braff. Gives it away. And then that will do for Southampton for the moment. A leg beat. Back to Lewis. Lewis out to Ledwidge. So it is Jack Turner coming on for Southampton. Another new face for the under-23s, and it's Caleb Watts is the man who's going off. Caleb Watts has played really well tonight, certainly getting a round of applause here from the home contingent. And it's a like-for-like substitution here. Jack Turner, the 17-year-old, looking to make an impact here tonight at AFC Totton, with less than 10 minutes left to play here in this under-23s match. Slattery to the left-hand side. Has gone quiet second half as far as Saints going forward are concerned, but that's suiting Saints at the moment because they've been looking very solid at the back. Every time Saints have been off the ball, they've looked very, very effective, and there's another example. Here's Hansen. And Slattery again, he's been excellent tonight, been all over the place, all over the pitch. In a good way, that is, as Southampton from the halfway line up towards the edge of the penalty area. Turner looking for an instant impact. And Doyle out towards the right-hand side. Here is Dionku. Here's Tommy Doyle again. Simmons does well to prevent a corner there, Ledwidge. It's a throw to Manchester City instead. Back to Doyle. Doyle across to Harwood Bellis. Bellis to Wilson. Wilson to Braff. And again, it is confident goalkeeping there from Lewis off the chest from Florini's shot. Time running out for Manchester City. And two players need treatment down there, as well as Ledwidge. Kane Ramsey as well, just down there doing his shoelaces. I think he'll be okay. But slightly more concern there for Ledwidge over on that left-hand side. So we are into the final 7 minutes of normal time. Gives an opportunity there for David Horseman and David Hughes to deliver their instructions to the players for the closing stages of this match. As far as Saints youngsters are concerned, the last win was actually in the Hampshire Senior Cup when they beat Royal Navy 3-0. But Manchester City are going to be making another substitution here, and Rogers, the winger, Morgan Rogers, is going to come on. Man who joined from West Bromwich Albion a couple of years ago, he comes on. And Bashiru is the man who comes off. Big things expected of Morgan Rogers as well. He's been capped at England under 18 level. Got his first cap for them against Australia. But he's not got long to try and turn the game around here. It is all falling in Southampton's favour at the moment. At a guess, I would say around 4 minutes of stoppage time to come. We'll wait and see. Forward from Lewis. Off the head of Harwood Bellis. Out to the left. 1-2 with Florini and Rogers. The substitutes have been doing well for Manchester City since they've come on is Florini, and it's across the face of goal, and Simmons couldn't find the touch, and it goes out of play for a goal kick and relief for Southampton. Well, really dangerous ball across the face of goal, just needed a touch and it was in for a grandstand finish. And all three substitutes nearly linking up there, Florini, Rogers and Simmons. It was Florini across the face of goal, but Simmons wasn't there to poke it home. Saints still holding on to that clean sheet, but it is Manchester City who've had the better chances in the second half. That's one of them, one of three good opportunities. Come very, very close. But like I say, Southampton have defended well. They've not had to be too adventurous at all part of the game plan by the looks of things. And they haven't really created a great deal. They haven't had to, Southampton, tonight, because they've been clinical so far. A penalty and a left-footed strike from Norton. The penalty from Slattery. Here is Chalke to the left-hand side. And Clara back to Lewis. O'Driscoll out for a corner under a bit of pressure there. Taken quickly, here's Doyle. One back from Ramsey, Hansen. Wilson, back to the keeper. Dionku. Harwood Bellis. Well, it's a touch from Florini. His left-footed touch was always sailing wide of the post. Tried to flick it over the keeper. Good through ball, to be fair. Just got there ahead of Ramsey. Couldn't find the finish. Over the head of Ledwidge. Into Brath. Florini. Wilson. Nice flick to Florini. Out to Dionku. To Brath. To Wilson. Just gets a touch to it. Here's Rogers. Well blocked from Ramsey. Wilson, Rogers. And well dealt with again. And it is a throw for Southampton, who are very close now to getting the job done. The final 2 minutes of normal time. This 7 o'clock kickoff here at Snow Stadium. So Southampton's next home game isn't until January time. That will be against Everton. We'll have live online TV coverage of that game as well, as we have of every Saints home match, and the vast majority of them anyway. Out to Wilson. You can see the number 4 on the fourth official's board. So we're going to have 4 minutes of stoppage time when it comes around. Ramsey to Slattery. Ramsey from right to left. Here's Ledwidge. Just look to keep possession now, Southampton. Try and get it up to those corners if they can. Much improved performance from Southampton this evening, that's for sure. Out to Alegby, who's fouled. And we are into stoppage time now. There is a number 4 put up from the fourth official. Southampton are very nearly there. And if they do get the points, what a way to bow out at home, final home match of the year. One from Ledwidge. Here's Braff. Clara. Back to Lewis. Well, the minute's up already of the first minute of 4. Man City with a free kick. Harwood Bellis forward. Harwood Bellis out to Wilson. Wilson. One last chance or two to come then for Manchester City. Wilson on back from Ramsey, off Wilson, and that will harmlessly go out for a goal kick. So it's Clara down now receiving treatment, so that will be a few more seconds there of stoppage to be added on, so we might be closer to 5 by the time this match finishes, but either way, Southampton are pretty much there. So just over 90 seconds then of added time to come. That was a push there for that earlier penalty, and it was a push from McDonald on Norton, and then there was Callum Slattery, as cool as you like, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. That was just over halfway through the first half, and Saints needed that because they hadn't created a great deal in a few minutes up to that point, but then they really started to look like they were enjoying themselves there, playing with a bit more confidence, and that left-footed strike, you're not going to save that. And that was Christian Norton, who won the penalty in the first place. And credit went to Hansen, who made that great run from the right-hand side. It was blocked. He did the rest, and he hit it so true into the top corner. As for the second half, Manchester City have had some chances. That was a chance from nowhere. Real 25-yarder, left-footed strike. Knight, who's now come off the pitch. I think he claimed that it may have crossed the line. It didn't look like it did. Just looked like it was on the line there as it came off the crossbar. And then Manchester City also have another couple of good opportunities. One across the face of goal, one which went inches wide of the post. But it is good to see that Clara is now back up onto his feet now. And here is an opportunity here. And it's Pervader. And it's a deflection from Braff's shot. Here's Rogers to Florini, and gets away from Braff, and Clara gets it away, but it's a free kick anyway, and that might be the last action of the game. We've played more than the 4 minutes of stoppage time, but there was that injury there to Clara. And Manchester City then, it looks like it is still just going to be the 2 league wins for them so far this season in 12. For Southampton, it is their 3rd win of the season, and they are going off the bottom of the table, which will be a big psychological boost for Saints, I'm sure. So just like the senior team, winning back-to-back matches, hopefully Southampton can do the same with Derby away to come twice in a row, PL International Cup and also in the PL2. Let's hope they can go into Christmas on a high. Ramsey, back to Lewis, still no whistle yet. I think we probably will next time the ball goes in play. Back to Doyle. Doyle again. Doyle up to the back post, and it's picked up easily. Well played. Very well done there from Harry Lewis. And that really will be it now. Little glance at the watch from the referee. Under a little bit of pressure there. Did well to hold it rather than punch it. There's the whistle. Saints have done it. Big 3 points for the youngsters. They needed that one. 2 goals in the first half. That's how it finished. In the end, Saints get the job done. And they did it in style. And they're off the bottom of the table against the Manchester City side, who've picked up a decent result recently against Blackburn, but it wasn't to be for them tonight. A penalty from Slattery, a decent finish from Norton, and in the end, 3 points for Southampton here at Totton Snow Stadium. Thanks very much for watching this evening here. They've all put a shift in tonight, including that man, Kane Ramsey. And Saints, it's good that they can end their home record for 2019 with 3 points. And when you look back at 2019, yes, they've been bottom of the table, but it's been one to look back on with